Our fourth and final selection in today's episode also features on the Thursday night in the Conference League as Viktoria Plzen play host to Fiorentina. Now, Victoria's previous games were, well, really quite boring. Both games against Servette finished 0-0, and that's 180 minutes of normal time and 30 minutes of extra time with 0 goals scored. They only found the back of the net thanks to the penalty shootout, in which they did win to find themselves in the quarter-final. Now, Victoria don't score goals as a rule. They've only scored 9 in their 8 Yukon games so far, which is not ideal. However, they have only conceded once in these 8 games, which is the best defensive record not only in the Yukon, but in all 3 major European contests. Now, whilst that is an insane record to hold, I'm going to be slightly negative here. They've only played Servette in the round of 16, and their group stage games against Dinamo, Balkani, and Astana, well, that level of competition is nowhere close to Fiorentina. Speaking of Fiorentina, they beat Maccabi Haifa by 5 goals to 4 over their 2 legs in the previous round. Looking at the stats, I'd advocate for perhaps a new goalkeeper, as Maccabi scored 4 goals with their 6 shots on target across both legs. And that poor goalkeeper performance really did add a bit more respect to the scoreline than perhaps Haifa earned through the quality of their play. Going the other way, Fiorentina have scored 19 goals in their 8 games in the Yukon, or an average of 2.38 scored per game, which is a respectable record for sure. And that's why I'm going to be backing them to qualify in this bet. Based on the disaster they had in the previous round, I'm going to struggle to back them to win the first leg in 90 minutes away from home. But I do, however, have a lot more confidence that they'll be able to pull off the result in the tie overall. I'm going to be using a full stake to back them to qualify in the final bet of today's episode.